dreaming about her again?
It's not funny, Alara.
Oh, what a cuckoo dream. What's even more cuckoo are the negative reviews this game has received. And the fact that this guy is sleeping next to this scantily clad elf chick on a daily basis, yet he spends his nights dreaming about some other woman in his dreams. I mean, wake up, tough guy. The lovely lady right next to you has pointy ears. You know what they say about girls with pointy ears? They're very good in bedlam brawling. This is Hunted, the Demon's Forge, for the PlayStation 3.
It's an omen, Alara. We have to see what's in there.
You know me. I'm always happy to open strange doors with screaming faces carved above them.
Released just a few months ago by Bethesda, Hunted the Demon's Forge has been criticized from just about every corner of the games press, and for mostly valid reasons. This is the epitome of a game that sounds interesting in concept and comes up short in execution. But that said, man, I had a freaking blast with Hunted the Demon's Forge. This game is fun in spite of itself.
Balls and beards of every god breathing, Alara. This is your fault.
Hunted is a two-headed monster, so to speak. It's built on a framework that combines two of the industry's most copied blueprints, mashing a hack-and-slash design with the third-person action that has become so prevalent post-Gears of War. You're ducking for cover and you're shooting, but you're doing it in a world that feels like something out of a Tolkien novel. It's a really interesting mixture of ideas, and on paper, it sounds great. The problem is, Hunted doesn't quite live up to the promise of its concept. Now, in a sense, it's a lot of small things. There's no map, for example, and some of the menus can be a little tough to navigate. But there's really a cumulative effect to Hunted's shortcomings, and that process is accelerated by the in-game problems. There are several glitches that just stop the game's momentum, and perhaps most notably, the intelligence of your companion is frustratingly inconsistent. And that's especially problematic because Hunted is, at its core, a two-player game. The team that you switch between during the campaign mode becomes far more effective when another human joins the quest. In fact, Hunted shines brightest in its cooperative play, and that's partly because the two characters are actually very different. Ilara is skilled with the bow, and Karak is a bruiser who excels at close range. The abilities of the two really highlight the dual design elements at work in Hunted, one bringing out the third-person shoot-and-cover elements, and the other highlighting the hack-and-slash. The differences are accentuated such that Hunted plays differently depending on the character you're controlling. Now, I preferred Ilara for her long-range attacks, but she also feels very overpowered when enemies close in. And meanwhile, your teammate just rushes foes head-on, and that dynamic plays out really well in the gameplay. So mostly, I covered his back, putting arrows between his enemy's eyes from a distance and picking off those who would try to ambush him. But when the enemies close in on Ilara, that's when she's got a bit of a problem, and hopefully, that's when her teammate would return the favor. At least, that's what happened when the AI works. But when it doesn't, well, let's just say he didn't. So much for teamwork.
I need healing!
It's great to play a game that takes such a unique approach to such established ideas, let alone one that puts the Marcus Phoenix shooting template into such a completely different setting. The game obviously has a lot of problems, but in the end, I just had a great time playing it, especially once all the crazy magic attacks come into play. Hunted the Demon's Forge isn't a great game, but it's still a decent action game with a cool idea, some really fun mechanics, and a sexy elf.
What was that?
That was you not listening to me.